Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. My name is Marva B, and I am the CEO and founder of Black Link Magazine, and I'm so excited to be here. We have a special guest, Mr. Edwin Lee Gibson, with us today. And I'm going to go ahead, Mr. Gibson, first of all, and welcome you to Black Link Magazine and ask you if you'll please introduce yourself to my audience.
Yes, thank you, Marva. Yes, Edwin Lee Gibson, actor, writer, um, artist. Um, uh, Nice to be here. Nice to meet everyone. However, I am meeting you right now.
Yes, I'm excited about meeting you right now. And so we could just jump right into the interview and let's just talk about a few things here.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about, growing up and if you knew that this was going to be your career at growing up or when did you know that acting was your thing?
Well, I thought I would be a singer because my mom was classically trained vocalist, small East Texas town of Longview, and I grew up in Houston.
Oh,
And so I thought I was going to be a singer. I started singing with her when I was 5. I auditioned for the National All Boys Choir when I was 11, and
oh,
I made it, but I wasn't 12 yet. So
oh.
they wouldn't take me. So I got angry and vowed I wouldn't sing anymore. And my mom was like, no, no. I was like, I'm not singing anymore. And then I found acting soon after. Started taking it seriously when I was about 14 and started working or getting paid for it when I was like 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So I have to tell you a little story. So I thought I
Please.
always, want to be in this acting, this entertainment world. So as when I was little, I would always write like full stage plays, right? But my parents didn't know anything about that. They knew to teach me to go to school, graduate, and go to college. So we did nothing with it. But as I do all these interviews and I talk to people in the industry, this industry can be like pretty challenging. Would you agree about how challenging that this industry and maybe some of your experiences?
Uh, Definitely. I mean, it does present its fair share of challenges. People ask me what advice I have, and the one I always lead with is to sit alone in a room and have a very honest conversation with yourself about what you can do without,
Oh, yeah.
because it does, yeah, because it does call for a lot of sacrifice. Um, and yeah, my mom was a singer, but she became a social worker, worked at the post office, and my dad was a garbage man.
Mhm.
Um, but I just always, well, a friend of my dad's, Mr. Douglas, I remember used to call me Hot Rod because I would always dance in front of everybody, blah, blah, blah. So that's how he called me Hot Rod. I still remember that. But I just knew that I wanted to do this. And then as I got older, I understood why it's so necessary that art be done. And being a brown skinned artist of African descent, you know, I'm not an entertainer. This means a lot to me because we mean a lot to me. So I'm not just trying to entertain. I want you to, I mean, if you're entertained, I think sometimes people get being moved, conflated with being entertained. And I'm really an artist at my core. And so I want to do this for the same reasons that a Nina Simone
Yeah.
wanted to, same reasons that same reasons that you hear Prince's guitar the way you hear it, or you hear Miles Davis's saxophone, or you hear Michelle Burrell's voice. Um, um, as an actor, a lot of the people that I really inspired by were musicians. Yeah, because
Yeah.
yeah, the Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The greats. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So, sometimes I wish like maybe I should have pushed on, but then I talk to people and I'm like, okay, maybe it's not meant for everybody to be in that world. So, um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have this thing. I always think that, starving artists gets to me, I'm starving when I can't do it because it feeds me.
yes, yes,
I'm not a starving. I've never been a starving artist.
right.
Um, um, it's never been something that uh was based on how much I had
Yeah.
or who knew about me. But I think it is difficult because as artists, we work in the dark, and people only see what they see. They don't see that I work on monologues and on listening all the time.
Hmm.
So I'm always working and I'm always looking for art. I'm a writer as well, so I'm always just trying to push the bounds of what my personal capabilities are.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with that said, let's talk about the bear. Let's
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about what it's like, to star on the Emmy-winning TV show. You've been working with, I believe, Robert Townsend is part of this, and
Yeah.
right. So let's talk about how that is and how it is working on the set.
Well, first thing I'll tell you that when I met Robert Townsend, I had to thank him for the love letter that he gave us uh back in the '90s with Hollywood Shuffle. I told him
Yeah.
I that I was really able to navigate a certain portion of my career because of that film.
Hmm.
But yeah, but it's such a great show. We got a really great cast, and we really dig each other. And we're coming back for season 4.
Yeah, season
Yeah,
4.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, so you play the mystery cook in The Bear. Is it Abraham? Ebrahim?
Ebrahim.
Ebrahim. Okay, I was like, I knew I was gonna jack that up, but you,
Uh,
how did you get the role? Like, was it difficult? Like, did you go in there and audition like the norm? Like, how did that happen?
well, um, I was living in Tucson. I just finished doing Fargo with Chris Rock, season 4 of Fargo. And so I was back, and I went to Tucson because I just really love Tucson, Arizona. And
Right.
I like it because it's hot. When you're outside, ain't nobody
Hot.
else out there.
It's so
It's
hot.
just it's just you outside because it's so hot outside. I love it.
Yeah.
But my manager sent it to me, and uh, I had my apprehensions because you don't want to be involved in something where the character may be a trope or stereotypical.
Mhm.
Uh, but then my manager, Tash, had me look at some of the other work that these folks had done, and I was like, okay, dig it. And so, turns out the creator of the show had seen me in the theater in Chicago 5 years before and said he always wanted to work with me.
Now, was that Christopher Store?
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Okay.
So, as I said, like you never know who's watching. You just do the work.
Right.
So he had seen me already 5 years ago
Wow.
and said he wanted to work with me always. And then here I come and I, I read for him, and so he's like, "Hey, you're the guy I've been looking for." And the character's much different than I am. He's East African,
Uh-huh.
which is something I also love to do. I love to play characters that are as much a departure from me as possible.
Uh-huh.
Uh, it helps me kind of be objective and not insert myself so much.
Right, right,
The
right.
whole
I get
thing.
that. I
Um,
get that.
um, yeah, yeah, and there's like a lot of people that have this thing about British actors, no matter what skin hue they are, that work here in the States. But you know, I, I work over there a bit, and
Oh,
now I'm playing an East African character, and people,
oh wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
once they hear me, they're like, "Whoa, I didn't expect that."
Right,
Yeah.
right. Oh wow. So what makes your character so mysterious and what's next for him in season 4?
Um. Um. Okay. So I think what's next for him? I mean, it's a secret. It's funny because Christopher and I had lunch last month, and we were chatting, and he said, there's some stuff coming. Oh, and I was like, okay. But I think he's only described as a mystery who's lived 1,000 lives, and I really love that. And so I've been trying to just kind of hold on to that, no matter what we're doing, to just keep thinking about how he's described. And I think it allows me to not use so many words, but to say a lot.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that you have acted in over like 100 professional theater productions in New York, France, and throughout the nation,
Yeah.
as well as received some awards. Can you tell us about all of that?
Oh shoot.
Pretty
From
amazing. First of all, it's
yeah,
pretty amazing.
yeah, so I'm at 104 now. I think
104 now.
I think this year, 2024, and maybe 2021 and 22 were maybe the only years I haven't done a play since 1981.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was lucky to start working in Houston when I was 16. And then I moved to New York when I was 29, worked a whole lot there, and then regional theater around the country. Then got asked to come uh, move to Paris to work with a theater company there with the late great Peter Brook, who's a theater auteur from from Britain, but he um, but he had a theater company in theater company was in Paris. So
Right.
I was there and I was touring all around the world with this company of like four actors. And then back here to the States, I'm gonna turn my car on because I hope my battery is about to run out.
Okay.
So
Okay.
so hopefully it's not going to. Okay, no, it's not. All right, cool. Uh, um, so yeah, so it's been a great ride, and I worked with Debbie Allen last year on a play called Fetch
Maybe
Clay.
home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fetch Clay Make Man. Yeah, I played a Step and Fetch It in that piece, and I was able to I received the Los Angeles Drama Critics Circle Award for outstanding performance
Uh-huh.
um, earlier this year for last year's performance, and I received the Obie Award in 2006 for
Oh,
playing Oedipus in a off Broadway play, and the Obie is the highest. It was the highest off Broadway honor you could win. I don't know if it's still that. I think maybe the Lortel is
uh-huh.
now, but um, but yeah, at that time, and been
That's
able to
amazing.
get and I've been able to kind of get a couple of career achievement awards. One this year from Texas Southern University in Houston, where I attended, and last year from Emerson College in Boston.
Congratulations. That's huge. And
Thank
I
you.
say that with much gratitude because you're a black man in this business and it's
Mm.
it be tough, just to be honest. And so congratulations on all of that. Like that's huge and you should be proud of that.
Very, very. I did it on my terms.
Okay.
I think, yeah. Yes. I've been independent longer than I've had an agent or a manager in my career.
Mm.
I think I may have had an agent cumulative, including now, uh, 8 or 9 years, and I've had
That-
a manager. Yeah, and I've had a manager for maybe 7 years or 6 years now.
That's a big
Uh,
deal.
yeah,
That's
yeah. So I worked on my own a lot. People didn't know what to do with me, and there's some, and there's also some stuff that I'm just not going to do.
yeah.
And and so if they can't make money off it, sometimes you don't fit their kind of scheme of things, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that you said there are some things that I'm just not going to do. I know that some people are just really wanting it really bad and are willing to sometimes compromise their morals and values or compromise what they would do or not do. And so it's just amazing when I hear you say that I get to pick and choose what I'm going to do and what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. So,
And I always did. It's like some people say, well, when I get to this status, I'll be able to pick and choose, but I've always done
yeah,
that. And 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 I don't know what it is, so I don't know. Making it. I don't know what it is. So I'm an artist. I just live my life as an artist,
yeah,
and whatever 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 it is sounds really uh finite. So I don't know if I don't participate in that.
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
Yeah.
what are you? So I understand you're a screenwriter. So
I
is there anything that you're currently working on? Did you speak of that?
Oh yes. Well, about a year and a half ago, I was one of 10 writers chosen to the Sony Pictures Television Writing Program. A lot
Oh,
of people only know me as an actor. And what happens is that you have to be nominated. You can't submit your own work. And so I was nominated by some other, a couple of folks in the business who only knew me as an actor until they read my a couple of my scripts.
right.
And so, but then with the Sony thing, they read all the scripts blindly. So when they make their cut, no one knew that it was the actor from The Bear that had written this
Wow.
script. So yeah, and so now I'm currently so we fast forward to now. In 2 weeks, I'm headed back to Tucson to shoot the first stage of my first film that I've written, and I'll be directing and executive, producing as well. I'm putting all the money up as well. So
Oh my gosh. Congratulations.
yeah, so, yeah. So I'll have no money.
But
I
you
already have. I
but
already
you
have no
will.
money, but right.
Right. It seems like you and Hulu, the Hulu network, are in good graces. And that you're starring in is it Unprisoned?
Yeah, I worked on Unprisoned with
Along
Kerry Washington
Gary
and Delroy.
Washington.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's
Did you see it?
not yet. I want you to tell me
Okay.
about it.
Oh yeah, it's a story about a young woman whose father is out of prison, and it's about their relationship uh as adults dealing with each other. And I played Fox, Delroy Lindo's character's buddy, you know, from the other life. And uh and so yeah, that was great. Tracy McMillan created it. Yvette Lee Bowser, who created Living Single,
Oh wow, yeah.
she was executive producer on it as well. So I got to meet and work with them for those 2 seasons.
Awesome.
We're supposed to do more the second season, but my schedule with the Bear was such that I only got to come back and do one in season two, but I did 5 episodes in season one.
Oh wow. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
Um, we're gonna let you go here in just a minute. There's a lot of no's in this industry that people deal with, right? And that goes back to us saying, you have to have the backbone to be in here, be in this business.
Hmm.
Because you have to say, what are you willing to sacrifice, right?
Yes.
How did you manage through the no's?
Um, I really like myself.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I dig me a lot. And I'm aware of my skill set,
Yeah.
and sometimes the no's are because they don't want to put me up against other people.
Oh,
Ah, and sometimes you just don't fit. Like it could be something as simple as they decided to make a character look like this,
right,
so you look like that and fit. So I don't take it personally.
right.
Um, and I you know, no's are it's fine. It's objective, and it's got. I would say if I get the part, it's got nothing to do with me, and if I don't get the part, it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Okay.
I never get too high. I never get low at all.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
You're the
yeah,
first. One of the
yeah,
first. One of the first,
yeah.
because a lot of people say that, a no is just saying, okay, fine, I didn't for whatever reason, let's move on, keep it moving. Like, don't get stuck in on that no, you
I
know.
got a lot. I got a lot of these, so I'm
Okay.
okay. I, I'm okay.
That's your
I got
piece. Yes, yes,
this, this some uh, uh, a nice drink and some, just like seeing the world, you
yes,
know, it's
yeah,
beautiful. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Gibson, I just enjoyed it this time. I enjoyed
Thank
this
you.
interview. I appreciate you coming back. We got our times all mixed up, but we're good now. We're here. And so
Yeah,
I appreciate you being here. And there's a lot more of you that you have to give us. So I wish you luck on all of that. And we will be
thank you.
following you
Thank you.
to see what you got going on. We are enjoying the Bear, and so we're just going to continue following you and wishing you nothing but the best.
Thank you. Black Link Magazine.
Yes. Do you have any social media sites that you want to share, websites?
Yeah, I only have my Instagram, which is
Instagram?
my full name. And I would say like back in the hood, like they say, I'm easy to find.
Right. Ain't
So,
hard to
so
find.
yeah, I ain't hard to find.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so
so
Edwin
I'm there.
Gibson.
Edwin Lee Gibson.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
again, I thank you. I know that you got a lot going on, and we cannot wait to get you in the magazine. Like, I know we're gonna have to do that, right?
I'm around. I'm around. I'm
Look, you're
here.
not hard to find,
I'm
right?
not hard to find.
Okay, well, I will definitely be in touch so we can make that happen, okay?
Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to chat with you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you and have a happy Thanksgiving. I appreciate you.
Cheers, you too.
Okay, bye-bye.